So here we are, the new product that I've been talking about for a little while. This is the Vicky Wood shower cubicle from ORE, and we're going to put it on today. Should be a pretty easy install. I've not seen it myself. I haven't seen the fixings that come with it either. So you'll see it all for the first time as I see it as well. So let's get started. So here you have the bag of accessories that comes with it. And I had a little look in here the other day just so I could see what's going on. It's all pretty self-explanatory. This is the only thing I sort of was confused about, and this is a little hanger, and I'm not sure exactly how it goes in yet, but this sort of sits in and then will come out from the awning sort of area, and then you can hang however you're gonna sort of have your shower from here. So it sort of comes over your head, even if it's a hose or a little you know, sort of a shower head, you can come out of here and hang from there, so it's right over you. So that's pretty handy. It comes with that. Right, let's empty this out. It came with 2 spanners, that's pretty good. Obviously you need to hold one side of the bolt and the nut. It's 2 13s and shows you the quality there. It's even got a ratcheting bit as well, so it comes with that. 4 pegs there, and that is so you can peg it down in all 4 places if it's a bit windy. This, I don't know, a nice array of stainless steel bolts and nuts and bolts there, and I'll go through each one of those in a second. So having a look at all these nuts and bolts here and the brackets, you've got 2 L brackets that go up to the roof rack, and I guess you can either have it this way, and it's sort of angled back so there's a bit more strength. I think I'm going to go this way with it, so it comes down from the roof rack and it sort of isn't too high, it's a bit lower down. These are actually the same as the Vicky Wood roof tent sort of attachment. They go underneath the tent to hold it onto the roof rack, and it's quite universal. And what I'm thinking now is that the shorter ones go into here, and I don't have any instructions, by the way, sorry about that. They go into there to hold the roof rack to the bracket, and then these longer ones would go through the black L-shaped bracket, through like that, around the roof rack, and then that goes on the other side of the roof rack and holds it on like that, effectively, as you can see. So that won't work for me because I've got the roof tent on and I can't get sort of around the roof rack bar because the tent's on it. So my plan would be to bolt the L bracket up to the roof rack, put the bolt through, and I'm going to try and use some of these. And I think I might either use these to go from the shower tent through here and attach it that way, or then go through the roof rack that way and bolt it up that way. They're going to be a bit long, but I'm in the middle of nowhere, and that should do for now, and that's basically the way I'm going to do it anyway. So we're here on Dartmoor in the middle of nowhere. There's a bit of a common land. Come up here quite a lot on a sort of laning trip, and we were up on the moors already today, and I thought it'd be a perfect place to install because my driveway, you can never really see it, but it's on a 45-degree angle. There's people everywhere. You've literally got a couple of feet either side, so I thought I'd come out here in the middle of nowhere and bring the tools I need, and also show you how easy it is because you don't really need that many tools. It's more just bolting it on, and you just need a spanner and I've brought a Milwaukee gun, but I don't think I'll need it. It's a nice place to do it though. Nice day too. So looking at it, I sort of measured it up with the the tape measure the other day, and there's nowhere perfect, I would say, because here you've got the 2 attachment points for the ladder, so you don't want it to come underneath there, otherwise it won't be able to attach. The other side's going to have the awning, so you don't want this and the awning, and also if you're going to have a shower, you don't want it to be wet where you're going to be sort of sitting. And if you go too far forward, A, I don't think it looks that great, and B, it sort of covers up the front door. So, you know, if you've got it down, you want to change, you can't get in the front. Maybe if you are getting changed or you're showering, you might want the door open to sort of put things in, put your clothes in, put, you know, anything you want to use, like a towel to keep it off the ground. So I want to try and be able to get in the front door. So I think, looking the other day, right up to where the ladder mounts are, and then sort of just behind the door. Unfortunately, we're going to mount it under the channels on the roof rack. There's a place here, which is fine. And we're going to have to go to this one. If we went to that one there, it's just over the door, and then obviously these are here, so you can't use those ones. So that one there, that one you're going to have a bit sticking out, but it should still be strong enough, you know. It's nice and strong, you know. These sort of rails are built, the Vicky Wood awnings are usually like 2.5 meters long, so they're going to be nice and strong, and it should be nice and easy. In an attempt to stop squinting so much, I'm going to put my hat on. So I just realised I'm literally doing this at the camera. So I'm going to chuck my hat on. Hopefully that helps. So I'd say the next step really in this dirt is to work out if when you slide these bolts down the channel, this side, if them going into there is too long, effectively. There we go. So that's the front, and we're going down. So they do stick out a lot, but that might be our way of doing it this time. So if it works for you any other way, then do that. So this is why I brought the other tool. So these are about 2 inches long, and if you were doing those with a ratcheting spanner, which would be fine, and it would be better than a non-ratcheting spanner, it would take for ages, take forever. So that's why I've got this. I'll put it on 3, and then just do it up until it sort of gets to where I need it to roughly be, about there-ish. There you go, almost done up, but just a bit loose. Getting dirty already, oops. So now it's to work out where these brackets need to sit. Hard to do this perfectly. Really what you want to do is bolt it on these first, and then I would say then the tent. ORE have actually sort of got a sister company now called Oak Ridge Adventures, ORA. If you haven't seen that already, they're going to be at the show next week, because now it's May 2023. They're going to be at the LRM show, and they're going to be doing more shows this year, and that's more focused on adventure gear, which I love, which I'm very excited about. And I haven't had anything yet, I haven't got anything from them yet, but it looks like really cool stuff, and it's a really exciting business to be opening. So just wanted to mention that and take a look at that if you've got a second. So I would say that's about a centimetre or so out. And this is actually quite a good way of doing it, I guess. It's about a centimetre too long. More scramblers coming. Yeah, it's about a centimetre too far this way. So what I'm going to do is just loosen it up just enough, not even that, that's too much, just enough so you can nudge it along and it doesn't slide. Let me just untighten it. It's a little bit of a small gap there, maybe I should use the other spanner. That's it, just a little nudge. Just tighten one up for now. There you go. I would suggest that, doing it up nice and loose, doing it roughly, getting one in the right place, and then sort of do the other one up so it's nudgeable. You can nudge it along, so that'd be helpful if you're doing it on your own. Bloody off-roaders. So what I'm doing here is just sliding these very short 13mm bolts in, and they slide underneath, and there's a little hole along the roof rack where you can fit it in, and it just slides along to the end. And I'm hoping, it's gonna be quite difficult to get my hand in here once it's on, but I'm hoping that you slide them up to the end there, then we'll just line them up with the 2 holes on the bracket, the L bracket on the actual awning itself. You can see them just there. Hope you can see that quite easily. Okay, so good news is the bolts, like the brackets, line up with the roof rack really well. So I just need an extra hand really, so I've got bungees. Here I've got 4 stainless nylock nuts and 4 washers. It's gonna be a little bit hard to do washers and nuts, but it's always a good idea, so I'm gonna try and do that. And I can use my little gutter here as a sort of nut store. So basically what I've done is put 1 bolt through, got a nut on the end, and the washers on there as well. And that's sort of holding it in the right place so I can do the second one. So what I've done now is I put the 2 front nuts here on the outside of the roof rack, and the bracket's on, and it's held there in place with the bungees and the nuts as well. At the back, as you can see, there are 2 more at the back, just the short ones as well, and they're just waiting to be done up as well. The further you get in there, the harder it is to reach and actually do up the nuts, but that's just fiddly. It's not hard, it's just fiddly, and it just takes a bit more time. It'd be easier if the roof rack was off, and also probably could move this out of the way, that will help as well, but see if we do it without. There you go. So now that's slid all the way in as far as it goes, all the nuts are done up. Now all we need to do is put the 30mm spanner on the end and crank them up a bit, which is here. Perfect. So there we go. A little bit tricky to do those up. You're just a bit fiddly. As I said, it wasn't difficult, just a lot of sort of finger work and little bits of movement. So hopefully that's pretty much done. It's in a good position there. The ladder can still come down this way. The door can still open, and it's not in the way of the awning that isn't actually there at the moment. A couple of the concerns I have, usually most of the installs I do just because everything's a bit more unique. It never really goes to the plan that you probably should do it in the instructions. For me, that's fine, so don't treat this as like instructions. Treat this as like seeing it being put on. It actually looks really good. The black matches everything else, and it's nice to have a Vicky Wood awning on. Zach from Scout has had his awning on for a while, and I just think it looks great, and it will match the tent, which isn't that important, but I like it anyway. I did just open it up. I was going to film that, but actually it has so many more features than I thought. I thought I'd get to grips with it, sort of set it up, and now I can take a look. This came out of the packet. I had no idea what it was, and it's actually pretty cool. It's just a top that goes over it, so you know, if there's anyone in the trees wanting to look at you, or if it's raining and you're just trying to get changed and dry, you don't want to be in a shower, obviously. That's a top, and I think you could you get away with that? I reckon you could get away with that being attached all the time. I just placed it over to see what it's like. It's got Velcro on the back. It's got sort of rigid supports here, just like they are in the bottom. That would go over the top, and it's all silver on the inside, so it's nice and light when you're inside. And that's really handy to have, just a sort of shelter there. Let's open that up. And first of all, you've got this, which is a cable for a USB, and I found out it comes fitted with an LED strip, which is great for getting changed, or obviously showering when it's darker. And as I'll show you in a moment, it's got a silver lining. Ooh, a silver lining. So that it's nice and light, doesn't get too dark and dingy in there. Never had a black awning or tent or anything like that before, so it's cool to actually see that, sort of more stealth, which is nice. There you go, let's unroll that now. And in here, just like the roof at the top, you've got some rigid supports, almost like tent poles, and that just keeps the whole thing together. So there we go. As you can see, that will just open out like that, and let's just get that like that right now. So next thing is 2 more clips there, 2 buckles, just like there is when you put it round with the actual tent attached, and then that comes out easy peasy. And what's really cool is that here you've got a bracket that actually holds it. You can hear it click into place. That holds it there, and then to get that actually to go back, you have to press that in and go in like that. So that holds there, and it won't sort of, you know, move in the wind, which is really helpful. Good quality feature that is, I would say. Let's get that one out. Clicks into place, and you can see, not a windy day, but it holds itself there, which is really nice, and just looks like a great bit of kit. It comes with 4 pegs down the bottom here, so you can peg it down, and if it is windy, you can have it nice and sturdy there, and it won't move. Very dry ground, very lots of rocks, so I won't do that now. And also with the Defender, which I thought was going to be higher than most vehicles, perfect height, you know, just a bit of airflow underneath, but you've got no vision under there obviously, and it's not dragging on the floor, which is perfect. Here, if it is too high or too low, got a lot of adjustment there. You can undo it on here on the double D ring, comes down and up, and I just did it then. It came to about here when I got it. You can see over the top, so I did it up a bit, and now it's perfect height. Look at that. You could have it all the way down to the ground if you wanted to, or even higher, you know. Right, so the zip, basically easy peasy, easy entrance. As you can see in here, it's silver lined, so it's nice and bright. I can imagine if it was all dark in here, goodbye, it wouldn't be too fun. So let's get that all the way down to the bottom there. And you can have a look. So obviously you're actually above my eye line at the moment, so you might be able to see out the top. But in here you've got a lot of room, loads of view. Like, look at me here. You could actually, you know, 2 of you almost get changed in here, or stand and shelter if you wanted to. And here you've got 2 like pouches. You can put your soap and, you know, shower gel, whatever you need, or changing stuff. And let's take a proper look at these. There's the clip there that actually undoes it and does it up, and that's just to stop it from moving about in the wind. That's a great feature. And under here, see if I can show you, there is the LED strip that I can't test at the moment, sorry about that, but I've had one similar and they do work really well. And obviously, as I said, silver in here, so it should all reflect, especially if you've got the top on as well. Right, that will go through there. That's quite nice and high, and if you are taller than me, which is quite easy to do, you can actually have a good shower there as well, which is great. I'm really happy with this. Take that out and have a look at it. So all in all, first impressions are really good. Obviously I haven't had a chance to test it properly, but I have been in there and it does look really good. So now let's see how easy it is to put it away. Generally it's just a little bit longer than getting it out basically. Pushing those clips in obviously releases those two side bits, which is great. And they both just go in like that. Click in. And I think those two things are really good features. You obviously shut yourself in like this, is get the top section, put that in there. It just folds in and roll that up now. Actually looks just like a small, like a 1.5 meter awning when you've got it shut and closed. So that tucks in the end there. Those two buckles go up in there as well. Easy peasy close there. Hold the cable up. Actually, what I'm going to do is tuck the cable up above so it's out of the water. Obviously, it can get wet. So there you go, all in all an easy install, just a little bit fiddly in places, and also up to you to decide where it goes and how exactly you want to mount it. There's lots of different ways. As I said before, the way I did it wasn't exactly as you're meant to, but it worked for me, and as you can see, it works absolutely fine. I'm really looking forward to using this. We were just mentioning that at our festival we did back in the summer, Board Masters, we really needed to shower because the showers were disgusting. We ended up going in the sea in the end, but this would have been really helpful, and I'm looking forward to using it if there are ever no showers or the showers are gross. So I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you. If you are doing it yourself, obviously contact ORE or me. I'll give you a hand. Hope this has sort of given you an idea of how you meant to do it and just an idea of basically how it works and how it looks. So if it did help you, give it a like, subscribe if you can, comment, ask any questions, and I'll see you next time.